just to start, that's tough on a defense, and they held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Watson off play action. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now it's Watson. Dancing to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Mon. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Mon looks to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Browns drive about to get started. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Watson now to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The 33 on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He sets to fire deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strike.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, come through. Strike. Shot. 17.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. A short kick taken at the 18. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
To throw again on second down. Watson. He finds his target, Becker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They go up the middle with Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Off off of play action. It's Watson. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Mon now off of play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, blue! Check, man! Ultra! Mega! Ready?
They'll set up to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. When they need to play on 3rd down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 17, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
And Chubb trying to middle here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Agba. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot him now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Hey, green.
2nd and 5 now. Mon. His throw incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Let's go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Red, cycle. Check you. Ultra. Go ultra. You're blue.
From the gun, here's Mon. And incomplete on the deep ball. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and what he was doing, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it's a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Green back. Red.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. 6 yards left on 2nd down. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here.
That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They go with Chubb on second down. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Oftentimes we play as an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards.
To throw, Watson.
To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
York able to send this one through.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Running room at the 50, look out. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Here we go, set.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And here we are with our quarter partner to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hey, computer.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage, or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
Trail green. Strike. Strike. Full pink. Black shot.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Browns who are going to get possession first here in overtime as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles. My palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. First throw in OT for Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they...